if I could turn back. Hey everyone, I'm Cher, and welcome to my channel. I'm really glad that you're here today. So we are gonna have some fun. It's right around Halloween time, and many of you have commented how closely I resemble you know who. So I decided to have a little bit of fun with that and dress up as Cher for Halloween, and I'm gonna walk you through how we got to this look, trying to duplicate this look, so you can join in on the fun and be Cher if you would like. So if you are ready, let's transform back to the plain me and we'll get started. It's just nice to be able to get ready for Halloween because for a few years we haven't been able to. So I'm gonna start by just getting my skin really moisturized. So here's the picture that I'm going to use as my inspiration and sort of my look-alike for Cher. Now, I think Cher is stunningly beautiful. You know, her makeup artists do a fantastic job. So by no means do I think I'm gonna come close to that. So by no means. Now, I think Cher is gorgeous and her makeup artists do a phenomenal job. So I need all the help I can get. And part of that help is gonna come in the form of this Master Blur Stick by Maybelline. You guys, I have been wearing this every day, especially under my eyes, because it helps blur out any of those fine lines and wrinkles. And you can't walk around airbrushed, but you can look like you have more of an airbrushed look when you use this. Now her skin is perfection in this picture. It's a little bit lighter than mine, so I was gonna go with my Milani 2-in-1 because it's very good coverage, but I have a Charlotte Tilbury that is much lighter. This is in number 4. It's probably a little bit better of a match for her skin tone than what I would normally use. We have a little bit of carving and sculpting that we need to do today. And I should have started with this because I think this is gonna be a lot of makeup, so I think we're gonna just get the hair out of the way. Oh, that's a cute little look. No, not really. All right, I think that is much better and easier for us to work with. So now that we have a base just to start with, I'm gonna go in with some concealer. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD in light to cover up any of that purple area in my eye so that we can start from a pretty neutral and flawless canvas. And you'll see towards her nose in the inner corner of her eyes, she has a lot of eyelid space showing, so we really want to brighten up that part of our eye so that it stands out a little bit more than the rest of our eyelid. Now, because of her bangs, we can't really see any contouring in her hairline and her forehead area, but there's definitely some contouring along the jawline that gives her that nice sharp jawline, as well as a little bit on her cheeks. I'm just gonna do a little tiny bit of contouring. I'm gonna go with a lighter contour just because the overall foundation color was a little bit light, and she's got such defined cheekbones. So I'm gonna go underneath on the underside of my cheekbones so that it appears as though they are more pronounced. Define's probably a better word. So are you guys dressing up for Halloween this year? If so, what are you going to dress up as? I saw an article on Pinterest the other day that said what some of the most trending costumes were for this year. Pull it up and see if I have it. I saved it on my phone. Some of the most trending costume searches on Pinterest this year are Stranger Things costume ideas, Priscilla and Elvis Presley costume. That must be because they came out with that, because that Elvis movie came out, which I have not seen yet. Top Gun, which is no surprise. That was a cute movie. I thought the first one was better, but the second one was definitely good, and I love the way they honored Val Kilmer in that one. Anna Delvey, she was that lady that posed as the German heiress. That was a good movie. It was about the lady that was from Germany, and then her family went to Russia, and then she came and was a sort of a fake socialite in New York and scammed people out of a lot of money, and she was not at all what she said she was, so that's trending. Avril Lavigne is trending. I wonder why. She has a new album or something out this year. I don't really follow her, so maybe that's why. Danny from Hocus Pocus is trending, as well as Lord of the Ring Halloween costume. So some fun ones this year, but I really like the Elvis and Priscilla Presley one. But, you know, there's going to be a lot of people that are dressing up like Elvis and Priscilla Presley, so why not go with Cher? I mean, you know, a classic. I was going to try to have some Cher music going in the background, but I'm pretty sure that would be copywritten and I would get in trouble. So we'll just have to, you guys can hum along your favorite Cher song. I think mine is If I Could Turn Back Time. Do you guys have a favorite Cher song? All right, she has a pretty contoured nose. It's a little bit more narrow at the top, and it's a little bit more wide at the bottom. So we're gonna really carve in the inside of the nose, and then we're gonna highlight the heck out of the center. So I'm gonna get a smaller brush and really start to carve out that upper area of the nose and make that a little more narrow. just at the top. And then it looks like it widens as it comes out. So we'll kind of turn this down, go up to our eyebrows. It is so fun to transform the bone structure of your face with just makeup. I mean, and there are people that do this so much better than me. Candy Johnson is my favorite. She's, I think, the first makeup artist on YouTube that I started watching, and not for the makeup, but for the way she could transform her face was fascinating to me. I'll link her channel below in case you have not seen it and you're looking for some new fun Halloween ideas, or just to learn more about how to change the structure of your face. She's phenomenal. Okay, so the bottom of her nose looks a little bit more pointed, right? Not pointed, that's the wrong word. Sorry, Cher. It looks a little wider down there than it does the rest of her nose. So we're gonna just widen that out with a little bit of highlight and then blend that through. Now, because of her darker wig, her eyebrows are pretty dark and it looks like they're arched, but you can't really tell how much they're arched. So I'm gonna give mine a little bit of an arch, but not too aggressive because you really can't see it anyway, but it looks like they're nice and thick. So we're gonna go with a darker eyebrow pencil. I grabbed an old brown one and just do some brows. Ooh, that's dark. So if you guys saw my video a couple weeks ago about my favorite Halloween candy, I was listening to satellite radio the other day, and Kelly Pickler, who I love, I think she is so funny. She asked the question, she's like, I'd like to know what kind of Halloween candy you guys like, and if one of your favorite Halloween candies is candy corn or black jelly beans, we can't even be friends because I can't trust you because it's just gross. And I was literally laughing to my radio like, what are you talking about? I mean, it's not like it's Peeps or anything, although that's probably next. We're gonna see Peeps Ghosts and Peeps Bats. Although Peeps makes fantastic s'mores because they're already so sugar, and when you put them over a roasted fire, that sugar gets sort of crystallized. It's almost like a top of a creme brulee. Fantastic. All right, now it looks like there's also a little bit of light right through there, through the nose, and probably a little bit through here. So we're just gonna take a light contour stick. This is the one by NYX. And I just want to press that in. I don't want to move that. We're just going to press it in lightly just to give a little bit of highlight to that area. Moving on to the eyes, we are going to go with a little bit more of this concealer because we really want to neutralize the whole eye area. To achieve her eye makeup look, I'm going to start with the Natural palette by Too Faced. You can use any palette. She just has a very matte look. It doesn't look like there's a lot of shimmer in her makeup at all, from her eyes to her cheeks. There's a little shimmer, it looks like, on her lips. So I'm going to start with a cut crease. I'm going to go with a really light color here and just start to define her eye shape. And it looks like it's pretty similar to mine. Her eyes are set back a little bit. And we're going to start to just define the eye shape to get it a little bit more like hers. And it looks like our eye shape is pretty similar, which may be why you guys think there's a resemblance there. I hope I can do her justice. And wigs were so fun. Yes, I have a wig. We're going to put on the whole thing. As you guys saw in the beginning, and yeah, we're gonna have fun with it. I did not have a Halloween party to go to, but now that I've figured out how to do this look, I think we might just have to find one or have our own. Might just have to dress up like her and put some Cher music on in the background when the kids come to trick or treat. So now I want to build up some of that color in the outer corner. I'm just gonna go with a smaller brush and start to build that up a little bit by creating that V, exaggerating past my own eye shape and giving it a little bit more of a shape similar to hers, a little bit of a blowout like that. And it looks like the outer side of that V right here is lifted a little, but not too much. It's almost going out more than it's going up. So we're gonna sort of create that same shape if we can. And then we'll blend that out with a clean blending brush. The eyes are probably gonna be the easiest part because that's where I see the most resemblance, if there is one. The shape of our eyes is somewhat similar, and it looks like that darker color stays just below the brow bone. Her jawline is so defined that we'll have to work on that a little bit with a little bit more contour, I think. And her nose, I feel like we're doing pretty good. As long as the nose comes out a little bit like that and it's tapered and then wider across the bottom. I'm just going back in with that darker color just to add a little bit more depth to the outer eye. And it looks like she brings that dark color just about 1/3 of the way in. So we're gonna go right to about right there, not quite the halfway mark. Small blending brush and just blend that. I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. I'm gonna go with a small dense brush and I wanna pick up a dark color. So I'm gonna go to the Naked 3 palette and just get something really, really dark because it looks like under her eyes is also pretty close to black, but not completely. So we're just gonna fill in that corner with a little bit of a V, but more like a candy corn shape. Let me see what I did there. A filled in triangle. And then we'll blend that out. Oh, this is coming together nicely. Could I go to the store like Cher? Do you think anybody would recognize me? Be like, you're not Cher. I want to add a little bit of lightness to the front of the inner corner of the eye. So I'm just gonna go in with a real pale pink color. Not quite white, but like a warm nudie pink maybe. And I want to stay under that crease because it looks like that crease line comes all the way to this, comes all the way from the crease to the corner of her nose and down. So I don't want that whole area to be light. I definitely want a cut crease look. And we'll go back in and just darken that just a little bit. All right, I think we need just a little bit more dark on this outer area. And then we'll add a little bit of liner, which will help darken that up quite a bit. We're gonna use black liner. I'm just taking a really dark, almost black color and going right over that outer V again, that small one on both sides. And she doesn't really have a wing per se. I think it looks like it's just pulled up ever so slightly. So now we're gonna go in with some black eyeliner and I'm just gonna go as close to my lashes as I can because we're gonna add some false lashes, which helps intensify that black eyeliner look right at the lashes. So we're just gonna go out to the outer corner. It doesn't look like there's a big aggressive wing, which is gonna be a challenge for me to not do, but it's not about me today, it's about Cher. Now she has a pretty soft look in terms of the overall. It's not a lot of harsh, stark lines. So I'm just gonna take a eyeliner type brush and go back to that darker color that we used from the Naked 1, 2, or 3 palette, Naked 3. Tap off the excess and just really lightly give some lift to that outer corner. So instead of bringing the lashes straight out, I'm just gonna lift them up ever so slightly and meet that top line. And it looks like she's got that coming quite a ways in. And because it's a softer look, we want to go in with a brush and just blend that and give it a nice soft blown out look. And of course we'll clean that up with some concealer, but we just want to make that a soft look. It's pretty dark, but she has to be seen from, you know, a long, long way when she's on stage. All right, now we want to go in and just get all of that excess black or whatever has fallen out from under our eyes and clean that up a little bit. And now we'll go back in with some concealer and then we'll add some lashes and then some blush and then a wig, and then I think we're almost done. And because we need a really good concealer, I'm gonna go back in with the Makeup Forever High Definition. This is actually their stick foundation. I'm just gonna go in with a small beauty sponge because we really want that to be noticeably lighter. Make sure we get that nice, sharp, clean look out on the side. We'll go back in and just lightly press it into the skin. And I'm gonna go into the Natasha Denona's new palette and go to Blackest Black. We just need to darken that outer corner and the crease just a little bit more. Yeah. I think I'm gonna leave my makeup like this and the wig, and then my husband's gonna come home and I should try to videotape his reaction for you guys. We're gonna do a video together because he is so funny, and I know some of you guys have asked to see him and know more about him. He's awesome, of course. I think he's amazing. So I'm gonna do a video with him and I, because he asks some questions sometimes, and I think, gosh, those are just like such great questions. So the other day I said, honey, can you just put a list of questions together that you want to ask, and just don't ask me ahead of time, because I want to be caught off guard and give a genuine reaction, but then I will give you an answer to what those questions are. So I thought we would do a little Q&A with Mr. Manis, if you guys would like to see that. If you guys could only see this mess that is on my vanity area in front of me. All right, so I'm gonna go with this, a really light peachy pink color. She's got that just below her cheekbones, it looks like, and it doesn't come in very far. That might be a little too pink. I think what we will do is go on with the new Natasha Denona, my Dream Collection. Yeah, that looks more like it. Up through there. we'll just go in with a light fluffy brush. This is the Angie Hot and Flashy 507. I love this for blending my blush. I want to carve out the cheekbones a little bit more, so I'm just going to go ever so slightly underneath that blush that we just added, and then blend those two together so that it's not so obvious where the lines start and stop like it is on the nose, which we'll blend out here in a second. Then I want to go in with a fine small brush and redefine underneath the eyes with another dark color just to give that a little bit more dimension. And then you'll see in the corner of her eyes, it just comes to a little bit of a definition, so really close to the tear duct. If Cher's real makeup artist would like to contact me and actually do my makeover, that would be awesome. They're probably like, no, ma'am, we're not gonna do that. Now it looks like she's pretty light through this part of her face as well as down the center of her nose. So I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of this Wayne Goss Weightless powder because it does have a lightening effect to it, and it'll just help brighten up that area without it looking bright or highlighted. All right, moving on to the lips. When you look at her lips, her upper lip is smaller or thinner than her bottom lip, which is almost opposite for me. So I'm gonna use a little bit of foundation, and I need to cover up a little bit of my upper lip, and then I need to overdraw my bottom lip. So we're gonna make my top lip a little thinner. She doesn't really have much of a Cupid's bow. It's a little bit more straight. There's a little bit of an arch there, but not too much. So I'm gonna overline my lips a little bit, and then we're gonna add a little bit of contour right here to give the illusion that the lip is larger and sort of overhanging, which gives a little bit of shadow there. Now she has a pretty soft, natural lip, so I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Vinyl and just continue to shape that lip a little bit. So I'm just gonna take a synthetic brush and go along the line. She's got a little bit of shine or highlight, if you will, down her Cupid's bow. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of that right through there. And then I wanna add quite a bit of that on the center of the lip. Just to give that highlight look. All right, you guys, we're gonna go in with a coat of mascara, and then I will put on some false lashes. So we'll include some false lashes. Lashes are on, now the wig. So there it is, our finished Cher look. I think it turned out pretty good. I have to tell you, I've not worn bangs for so long that part is driving me crazy. And note to self and all of you, yeah, the wig was a little curly, so I tried straightening it with a flat iron. Apparently you shouldn't do that on a $25 wig that you pick up at Amazon. But you can't tell how truly damaged it is from this far away. So anyway, that is our finished look. I think it turned out really fun. I'm super excited about it. If you guys are inspired, I hope you do some fun Halloween looks, and make sure you tag me in them in social media because I would love to see what you guys do. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day and a fantastic Halloween.